What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with another video on Avengers 4, Avengers Endgame. So we are getting very close to the release of Captain Marvel movie, which I presume is going to end with an epic post-credit scene of Captain Marvel being stuck in the quantum realm, just like Ant-Man was stuck in the quantum realm at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp, which happened parallel at the same time as the post-credit scene of Avengers Infinity War. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, pop culture based videos. We do them a week long, but we do them very different to anyone else on this platform or any platform, to be honest. So today we are going over a massive potential plot leak. I know you guys love these plot leaks. I love making them, but you can never tell if something's correct or not correct. But one thing is for sure, this plot leak, whatever it is pretty awesome. So it's from Reddit. I will leave the link down below just so you guys can check it out. So the user claims they worked on the VFX for the film. Anyone that goes to screenings or gets screeners or watches movies early know that just to watch a film early, you would have to sign a non-disclosure agreement, which basically means in English, if you revealed any details before the movie comes out, you could be sued and you could lose all your credentials. You could be destroyed. They could do a lot to you. So really, I mean, it's a very good plot leak, right? Very good if true. I'd love this to be true. Parts of it are very good. So guys, all heads, let's get into the video. So the first 15 minutes is just scenes from the trailers, which we already know. Mr. Kevin Feige alluded to we won't be seeing very much in the trailers at all, which is good and it's bad. It's bad for creators like me, but it's good if you want to go into this movie watching it blind, which I would love to do, but for YouTube, it wouldn't be very good going in to watch a movie blind, if you ask me. It's also worth noting that this was posted over 25 days ago, but in my opinion, it is very good. So afterwards, Doctor Strange shows up unexpectedly because he can time travel. But wait, what? He hasn't got the time stone. That means he could leave Titan and be back in time to give the 14 million line. He travels around the multiverse to find the right reality where they win and tells them what to do. Tony dies in space, but it's a red herring. He'll be back through stone manipulation. Scott introduces an alternate Tony to the quantum realm, and that lets them time travel between realities, finding stones and changing events enough to turn the tide. Captain Marvel shows up to find S.H.I.E.L.D. and Fury gone, but Tony is in his plane. Wow, I mean, so this is saying Tony died, it's a red herring. Scott finds a multiverse version of Tony Stark. I mean, there's some realism here, guys, because it's unofficially been announced that yes, we will be seeing different variations of our same characters. And to be honest, if it is the last time we're going to see a lot of these characters, I want to see an evil version of Thor, a really nice version of Loki, and different variations of the same characters. So that would be cool. So very interesting. Was not expecting that. So Captain Marvel shows up, but Tony is in his place. Tony tells her he needs to be saved in the past, and they send her back to rescue him from space. Eventually, they get what they need and find Thanos, or Thanos, as you guys really insist that's how you say it, but that's not how we say it in Canada. Wait, I'm not Canada. I'm actually like English for anyone because I keep getting Canadian comments, but no. To find Thanos in NYC, which is New York City, instead of sending just the Chari. So this is interesting because it's essentially saying Tony tells Captain Marvel that she needs to go back in the past to save him in space. Very interesting. So everyone is kind of alluding to either Pepper Potts or Captain Marvel being the one to save Tony Stark. I personally think he's probably going to save himself because they don't go full circle, but Captain Marvel would make the most logical sense. It's the Battle of New York, but this time the Avengers are more advanced and have technology of the future. The I am always angry part is replaced by Black Widow getting nearly killed and spurring Bruce to change into Professor Hulk. At one point, Tony unleashes a new weapon, Ultron, on Thanos. I mean, this is pretty cool. I mean, obviously Professor Hulk would go mad, would go crazy if anything ever happened to Black Widow in the sense of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I've alluded to multiple times that Ultron will be coming back, so I do really think this part is true. Ultron is a good guy, but is more like a drone. He fills the role of Vision, who hasn't been created yet. We get a long shot of everyone fighting Thanos and the T'Chari post Thor activate Odin Force shit like in Ragnarok, aka Thor 3. Remember, this is the past, but an alternate past where Strange helped them become more advanced. So anything past Avengers 1 is retcon. Okay, this is getting pretty interesting. Tony gets nanotech earlier. Scott brings pin particles into the Battle of New York. Thor gets Odin Force before Ragnarok. Hulk stops being angry, etc. They beat the out of Thanos, but future Thanos shows up and gives himself the gauntlet. Before he can use it, the Watchers show up and mention how they've been watching the event unfold and can't let the fight continue. They take the stones and banish Thanos to an anti-reality hell. They leave and the Avengers are left in 2012 to fix things. Now, I've never read any theory, any plot leak that insinuates that everything after Avengers 1 will be retconned. Very interesting. This is not a generic one. It really could happen because Stephen McFeel, one of the writers of Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, says you've got no idea what's coming. And to be honest, guys, if this happened, I don't think any of my audience would have seen it coming. Drop your comments down below. Let me know what you think, and there is more. The snap future never happened, but the new present changes to allow all the heroes back. Wakanda comes out of hiding much earlier. T'Challa lives to pass on Black Panther to his son, instead of dying at the, it says UN, so I presume that means UN. Thor goes back to Asgard to prevent Hela and Ragnarok for good. Now this is interesting because we know Cate Blanchett did film some scenes with Mark Ruffalo. He said that she was on set with him during the same time that the Ancient One was be there, and it didn't happen in Infinity War, so it's going to happen in Avengers 4. So there might be some interesting points there. He becomes king and retires from superheroing. Loki is still alive, of course. So Loki's alive because Ragnarok never happened. Thor stopped Hela to prevent Ragnarok, so the Tesseract would never have been given to Thanos. Okay, this is where it gets a bit interesting. Tony dies. Mirroring his sacrifice in Avengers 1. He does one of those augmented reality simulators like Civil War to say goodbye to Pepper. Do you know that BARF technology that we've seen in behind the scenes images that everyone thinks they're going to use to go back in time, but the BARF isn't time traveling technology. It's kind of so you can deal with problems and kind of get over things and that kind of stuff. He gives his tech labs and research to Peter Parker. Cap dies at almost the same time as Tony. They work together. They suffer fatal wounds together. It completes their rivalry arc. Cap's shield shows up in VA hospital in DC, addressed to Falcon. Very interesting because although I don't think Iron Man's going to die, it's still a common perception that both Captain America and Iron Man will actually die. So we're nearly at the end of this. The last bit is the new Avengers assembling, kind of like the end of Ultron. After credits is the Avengers talking about the Watchers, and one of them wonders out loud about who is above the Watchers. Cuts to Stan Lee cameo as TAA. Second after credit is news reports about mutations rising among populations all over the world due to the stones messing with the reality to Earth. Damn, guys, I've never read a script or anything like this plot leak wise that is absolutely insane. One thing that's a massive red herring is the fact that we know the quantum realm is going to play a massive part. Although this doesn't specifically say the quantum realm, it does say stuff like alternate Tony to quantum realm, and that lets them travel between realities, finding stones and changing enough to turn the tide. So yeah, it does mention the quantum realm, but there's a lot of other factors that isn't included. We don't hear much about the Guardians. We don't hear anything about Hawkeye or anything like that. So parts of this could actually be true. But guys, like I said, if you do work for a movie company or music studio, you would be under a non-disclosure agreement. To be honest, guys, with most jobs, even if you work for Google, Amazon, anything like that, you would have to sign a kind of NDA in terms of you will not say anything of the secrets or whatever you do at that given job. So if it is really from someone who worked on the movie, on the VFX, what generally happens is I think they outsource stuff. So they wouldn't outsource the VFX to the same company for this much stuff to keep spoilers from getting out. And generally speaking, this works. If you remember during Infinity War, The first 15 minutes that was shown at like special screenings, I know they had one in London, that broke online sadly, but nothing else. No one really seen the finger snap coming, even though Gamora said if he gets all the stones, he will finger snap everyone, and he did. And then obviously I put in one video saying that, and I had a bunch of comments saying, yeah, everyone said that. But everyone said that, but no one actually really thought that would happen. So guys, let me know. Do you think this is true? Do you think everything post Avengers 1 will be retconned? It is very interesting because they did say the MCU isn't going to be the same after Avengers 4, which would correspond with a lot of things that happen in this. I mean, I would love, obviously, Ragnarok to still be there, Asgard to still be there, but Asgard is the people. I'd love Loki to be there. But I've got a question for you guys if you made it this far. If you could have two characters that both couldn't be alive, Loki, Iron Man, who would you pick? Only one of them can go forward into phase 4. This is such a hard question to answer because I love Loki, I really like Iron Man, but Loki is Loki. I can't even answer it. But guys, let me know down below, who would you pick, Loki or Iron Man? Like I said, I think a bunch of these details could be correct. I don't think the Stan Lee cameo is going to come in the post-credit scene right at the end. I don't even think it was verified that there was a cameo for that movie. I know it's verified that there's one for Spider-Man Far From Home. Hopefully Stan Lee's got a cameo in this movie because he deserves it, and it would be absolutely awesome if he did. Really hope he's got one. So guys, let me know. I will leave the description down below. It is a Marvel Spoilers Studio potential plot leak synopsis, but guys, a lot of the stuff, the leaks, the toy leaks, the Hot Toys leaks, the Lego, it's all coming from Reddit. So you're probably going to see all this info absolutely everywhere, because what happens is something gets online, then an Instagrammer reports it, then 25 different comic book websites pick it up, and then it's absolutely everywhere. But I'm trying my best to keep up with everything, but there's so much to report, and I'm trying to do more DC content, more other content, so that is why on some stories I'm a little bit behind. So no worries guys, I will keep you updated. I'll give you the Warstu opinion because I am Warstu. I've been your host. You've been a pretty good audience, I presume. Anyway guys, please like, subscribe and comment, but most importantly, enjoy this video. I made it for you. And also, if you could share this video everywhere, tag it everywhere on Facebook, everywhere on Instagram, tag me in it on Instagram, tag me everywhere. My Instagram is @Warstu. Tag me in it that you're sharing it on Twitter. My handler is @Warstu, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.